Hello, 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 everyone. Long time no see. So let's catch up, and I will also I will do the announcement also in there, so everybody can join. Sorry for a little bit late. Actually, I have set it up multi-stream right now, so it was my camera webcam was also giving issue, and I have set up multi-stream, and now it is going to Twitch, Kick, and other platform right away. And I found out this really nice tool called item multi-stream, like because I tried multi-stream, which is a plugin in OBS also. Then I found out this, and this can actually, it's free, I think. I hope it's free for now, I think, and have vertical and horizontal both. So if I want to live stream to Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and other platforms, that also I can do. I don't know how much bandwidth it's gonna eat, but it is nice. And I'm not able to see the chat. So there is another plugin I'm planning to install is multi chat basically. So which is going to be basically, making all the chats in one place. So like if people comments in Twitch or YouTube or Kick or other platform, it all show up in the same chat here. Will replace our this window, and I don't have to do it every time. uh, Replace this chat window basically. So yeah, so that is wonderful, something new, and I'm trying out in here, and I'm really excited about it. And we'll see. I haven't even checked like if it's going live stream or not. On the other platform on YouTube, I know, so I will check after the stream how it goes. Now let's continue with a bunch of stuff. The number one thing, been to Blender conference, which was great. It's always awesome to see all the people, all the passionate people who want to do a lot of stuff. Like all the crazy stuff they do with Blender is crazy. Like all the some automotive people doing simulations, some architects making crazy designs, some medical researchers making cell design in there. It's a lot more crazy than it seems. It's not just 3D animation, it's all the crazy ways how people use. I plan to talk to all those people, and making a library of like how the crazy ways Blender is used. But maybe next year, maybe I will get this 360 camera, put in there and interview them. That's gonna be wonderful. And yeah, so we basically build like how the Blender is used basically. So that is the one of the one nice idea which came up. Other than that, I talked to a lot of people, more basically educators, company owners, game developers, like a lot of people, a lot of insight and a lot of contribution. And people were excited to ask me also what I did in last year, because I'm going there from 4 years now. And they asked me what I did in the past year. And it was unfortunate that I didn't have much to showcase this year. And people are really asking me like what I'm going to talk about, and if I'm giving any talks or presentation this year, because that also I'm doing for the past 3 years now. So yeah, people are looking forward to it, and it's unfortunate did not show anything. So I'm really excited and really pumped up to showcase something for next year. Definitely related to foliage is the one thing I want to do. And other than that, maybe some I'm collaborating with a bunch of developers. So if we are able to make some add-ons or some tools, that I would love to talk and share about. um yeah, it went great. It went great always. And Ton, and finally, every year, there is, I think, hinting it from past 3 years, and finally he retired. Wonderful guy, and it's love to meet him. I see him in there, and he jogged also. Like how he asked me how old I am. I said, and then I said I'm 30, and he said, I was working on Blender before you were born. So that's crazy, like how old he is and how much experience he have to gain. But he's retiring as a CEO, but not retiring from the company. So he will still be there as a, as a guidance light there, still watching over and doing some stuff. So he will be around, so which is awesome. Yeah. So yeah, so there is like much more changes coming in Blender. So I'm planning to get myself more involved in Blender because I'm getting more and more part of that community. There's no other community I'm more part of than Blender. So I made a decision that I'm gonna do more Blender stuff, related stuff, basically. Yeah, so to do more, get more involved and doing more for that community. Yeah, so that was the one big uh, takeaway I got from the conference, that do more stuff, basically. And I'm also contributing from past year. Every month I contribute, and yeah, if someone is watching and I use Blender, even if you contribute like small amount, like a few bucks, that will be awesome. Because Blender is awesome, the community is there. Like I cannot even express the energy which you get from there. That's why I don't attend any talk. No, no, nothing against any you know, creator or showcaser or presenter there. It's not them, it's just me, because I love to talk to people. And the all the talks are anyway up after 1 hour on the YouTube. And I was actually binge watching from past 2 days all the presentations. And you can reach out to them. It was really difficult. And even if I watch very few which are super relatable to me, like foliage ones. I talked to the creators, they came this year also. Even procedural stuff, or someone who reached out to me talking regarding some stuff. And gamers, there are always very few gamers there. And uh, and we love to hang out together. And every year we see like, oh, why there are like very few game related talks, why there are not enough people from game industry there. And 2 years ago I remember Unity and Fab both were there, and they didn't do enough to make empower the game community, basically, who use Blender. So yeah, so that was my thing. So I talked to mostly 3 days straight. I talked to people, and my throat was gone basically after 3 days. But I really enjoyed it. And next year I will go with more energy. I will buy a camera. I will interview a lot more people. So that's fun. I will maybe make a video, maybe a separate one, like all the people, wonderful people I met and what I liked about it. Maybe I'll make a separate video how my experience was. So yeah, let me know if you want to. Okay, tested Blender Octane. I actually got basically, where did it go? The V-Ray basically is there. So here they gave a bunch of stickers. So the V-Ray ones. So I'm going to test that one. And yep, so chaos basically. So they have made uh, now finally made a plugin for Blender, which they have some library. So I'm planning to upload something. So I asked them like, okay, if we can collaborate, I will build some plant library, and if you can use in the chaos plugin for Blender. And they said it's not like that, but yeah, maybe some collaborative opportunity there. Fab also is there. So I asked them like, okay, it's crazy. The decision they made, they finally have a Blender add-on, which you can directly get stuff in Blender from Fab. It's still not browsing directly in Blender, but another window. You browse it there, and then export it to Blender basically from there. So you're still a bit behind because they already have Sketchfab plugin, which was already loading model inside Blender. Mm, I don't know their way. Vishal, please share knowledge about trim sheet and vertex country. What is the most technique for environment? For trim sheets and whatever, just check our last stream, like 14.2.5, I believe. So there we discussed like how we can make trim sheet when we don't know how to make trim sheets. So basically we have a unique texture, and even if you have tileable textures, you can plan out the trim sheet based that way. Otherwise, like we have covered trim sheet a long time back. It was Sunset Overdrive trim sheet. That's the like best trim sheet tutorial ever, or a talk trim sheet talk ever. That's like a really hardcore trim sheet basically. So if you want to create the whole environment using trim sheets and bunch of details. So that's like the really hardcore one. But I believe like you don't need to go that hardcore, so you can still achieve a certain result with some unique trims. No need to have really measured by size trims basically. And what is blending also we covered, but we can surely cover some of these techniques in the upcoming sessions again. So if you are doing something like that in your environment, so I'll surely suggest to submit your environment in the feedback session. So I will have a look, and if you're stuck, we can take your environment and do the exercise on that. I already covered a little bit in there, right? And I will talk about the environment again after just chit chat. We will talk about that as well. Milan, did what is painting in Blender? Do you want to see those results? I'm really loving it. How it turned out. Yeah, surely. Like you can post it in your thread. Okay, post it in thread. I will just gonna have a look after a while. I'm going to have a look in there. Oh, this is what it's all going to about. I'm going to check all the entries, what everyone was doing, and if someone need feedback, so they can share in there. And I'm going to talk about my environment also and what my thoughts like how it is going. I need to catch up to my environment also. It's been like 10 days now. I haven't even opened it. More than 10 days, I believe. It's been almost 2 weeks. I haven't opened it, and so I was also planning like how can I finish it more quickly. So that also is there. So let's look at that now. My camera will be messed up. Yeah, so you can see I can here. Hello. So yeah, here it is. So my environment, as you see. So I will be really honest here also. I have shared it in my uh, previous stream also. Like I'm really struggling on on detailing parts now, like because now we have everything in the scene. We have to bring everything together and need to gel well, right? And 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 from past few years I have worked on basically world creation, basically distributing stuff on the in the level and making set dressing. And the good part out of that is most of the assets, textures, materials, shaders, and technical stuff is already made. Okay, so it's already working and proof of concept is done. So what we have to do is basically take everything and just start placing in the scene, and you know then go into the detail of just placement and how to make composition of a clustering basically. That's why I talk a lot about in my the Wukong gameplay stream also, like clustering. So that's what I did for a long while, for years. For Hangar 13 I was doing the same. For Rockside was not creating all the assets, it's just foliage. And before that also for a significant time, and from freelance projects I did just the same. Okay, so it's basically like my head was wrapped around like just using the pre-built asset, maybe recreating a new level out of it, or maybe expanding the level basically. So that's why I was struggling to basically putting details into it. And there's a lot of shit like we had to create everything from scratch. So honestly it takes time, so it will not be super cute. That's why I started using packs from the marketplace, so we can wrap this up with the details. Okay, and covering the workflows which you're requesting surely on the way. And while I was, although this concept is great, right, I was still generating some concept art with AI, giving it some description what I want and what it needed. So I generated some more with Perplexity, I think it is. And if you don't know, with Airtel you get Perplexity free for a year if you take a year plan. And I recently renewed my plan, so I got Perplexity and it is awesome. I love it. Like it just like generate images also quickly, and it understand also. So what I did, I was not actually not generating this. I was generating something like for my portfolio to be based on. Basically every era and everything is basically a point of interaction. I will show you maybe in the next stream what I was doing. I will gather all those images and I will show you. So basically if my portfolio have feudal Japan, Texas desert, and all the thing. So I was like, okay, I was asking it, okay, create an image based on on that criteria, like if there is a horse rider standing here and it's leading to some castle, make me an image, basically a very nice landscape of that era and some details. So it gave me really nice images, a lot of them, based on my previous work. And then I thought like it is like something similar for my thing. So like I generated, there are like bunch of them, like I think 20 or so I generated for just this our scene. And I really like this one. For the, it's almost the same basically. If we look at this one, it's almost the same basically. A path, see this, what I loved is like this detail which is here, like some rocks, some places, some pebbles, and some these two rows which we have made also, so which is there, and then bridge and leading to church. And as I said before, we needed that boundary and some stones. Honestly, I did not ask it to create those this boundary, and they say it automatically created. But what I wanted it be, this is like a winter scene, although it will be much more easier and awesome for us to make. No green stuff, and it's like winter and snowy, it's like perfect for us. But I wanted something lush green basically. So I ended up with this. See, this is like really lush green, and this is, I asked it to create, like if I'm standing on the bridge and looking away from the church, give me an image. So this is what it gave, which I really liked again, right? So this is like other side of the bridge. So the river is coming from, and then going like that, and path is going like that somewhere basically in the forest. And there are a lot more birch trees which I really appreciate. Like there are like a lot more birch trees, and I don't know if there are others, but birch trees are prominent, which is good. And yeah, so even on this side, so this could be the birch trees covered with those. And the mountains are, this is like more realistic take on the thing. Wonderful stuff. And what guys are asking, is there are changes after H1 visa fee? Changes where? I'm not in US and I don't care about it. And he's a madman. He's doing a lot of bullshit. But I see there is a sad stuff. If we want to talk about this, that like there is a one sad stuff is like people have, all people who have spent a lot of money to go study there, and they're hoping to find a job afterwards. It's gonna be chaotic for few months. So whoever is the, entering into market from this month to next month, few months until the Congress, strike it down that this is unethical, gonna be messed up, right? It's like the same like last time they passed a law, a lot of people had to come back, and then suddenly they removed it. So the people who came back who basically was sad what happened to them. So that is there, and the good thing I think will come out is basically the people who gonna return back. So they have ideas, they have education, so they can start something of their own in India. So I hope government give them support with funding and some cheap loans to start what their ideas are, to start their own. So basically, maybe India will start to become independent on bunch of bullshit which we get from all the other places. So that's my what I feel gonna be good. So all this talent gonna come back and do. So we don't know how much is gonna happen. So yeah, that was that. So yeah, so this is basically I did. So it give little bit more inspiration how it done. But if we imagine like we do into detail and we say like we want to make path, we have to spend the whole day just on the for the path. Okay. Nothing else. And if I say, okay, let's just work on the foliage, we just spend the whole 2 hours uh on the trees, and we make the birch library like this, and we place it. Even I like the how it is placed around it. There are rocks, and there is like this like this. So there are rocks, but we can still stay true to our initial one, the mossy rocks. But yeah, this is how we can in there. Or maybe on the behind the scene as well, which I'm not finding time to you know do a lot of work on behind the scene, right? And I wish I will be do. Even with this, I got this idea like what if we want to make season system, right? Just to try, because I haven't tried it, the season system, the technical side of it. So that could be a really nice challenge. We taking the grey lush scene and we do the different seasons basically in there. So yeah, that's there. Now let's look at our our this. Oh, Milan, words, awesome stuff you have. Hmm. Damn. How are you blending it? Is it like, are you using some tool or are you using normal vertex paint in Blender? That's really fascinating. It's nice, and you can transfer it also into Unreal and then do it directly there, which is also awesome. Okay, let's look at. Okay, Milan post what? Milan, you crazy? Why isn't it finished? Is it yours? No, it's not yours. No, why posting in finished work? Put in chats and discussions. Hmm. Put that in there, please. So we keep it clean so people post finished work in here. Okay. And let's look at boot campers. And let's sort by date posted. And see, I'm going to clean it up. I'm going to close a lot of them now, whichever are older now here. I'm going to close them. If they're not coming up, we can simply, I'm going to poke this. It's already like 30 days old here. So whoever is old 30 days, gonna kick them, basically close the threads. So if someone is not working basically. Um, okay, so basically, not these are not old. Basically, the last update. Basically, we're gonna go by. I think. Um, yeah. So this is basically now 8 days ago is good. 14 days again. So like whoever is 30 days older, gonna go. I'm gonna close the thread. So we clean it up. So if they decide to come, they will see this thread, but don't want to keep. And gallery. Okay. So let's go from here. So these I did not posted anything. Sad. Oscar, good stuff. After no update after that, but look forward to it. Edward. Yeah, I think we covered some of the feedback from the last one, like how to do it, and I think Edward was there. So we'll just poke him. And Farhan also did some crazy stuff. Oh, it's been a while. Okay. And Nusine did some train stuff. Nice. I should tell, like I was practicing on KeyBR. It's a website to practice typing. It really helped. Like I'm now able to type without looking at the keyboard, which is awesome. And also my hand don't pain that much of typing. It's like all 10 finger typing basically. It's awesome. So you should try it if you are interested in that. Okay. Uh, Sami, Sami haven't. Okay, Sami is gone for now. To answer the question, the game takes place in the 1950s asylum as opposed to be limited field. Bring and go through the same hallway room, minor changes. Horror first person play as a patient that have been given lobotomy and suffers. Show the summer feel like the maze and patient wants to escape from. Okay, let's Ah, okay, send the stream. Okay. And also, Vishal, this is what could be nice environment where we can use vertex blending. So it's a nice example. This one. Even like it's like you're making games, so if someone is struggling with the most of the sites, so you can post the you can work on the development side and you can collaborate with other environment artists, so multiple people can make the same thing. That will be awesome. Country working on some of the prop and just a number map straight. Let me tag him also. So if someone is not sure, I think the best way to share. Yeah, Milan, post, update. Okay, I should have posted awesome stuff. Nice. Made the placeholder the material. See how it looks. Okay, so basically here you can make a cut in the border, like here going like this, and then map the rest of it there. Then it will not look that odd. We need to use mesh to cover up that ugliness. So basically, you see it's going. So you add a cut here, going here. So we don't keep them there itself. We can make them smaller and also like not cutting here as well. So we keep all the mesh wherever it's cutting. We just remove it basically with a cut basically to get only the clean areas. That will be fine. I think there will be seam also, but from the close up, it might not be visible that much. Yep. So that is coolio. And another was also stuck on the pillar detail and move to other project. We'll come back to it. Uh, tagging also. So basically, whenever you're stuck, that's where this chairs helps. So whenever you get stuck, ask. I'm here always to help in that sense only. And we have usual doing with some fun stuff, stylized environment. Okay, I started the project finding and brought the fifth normal, many technical. Uh, so was gross hammer the viewport, keeping keeping it on legs. My viewport, uh, make large clump. Okay, so it's basically like when you have like more grassy, you don't need to take it to like to the extreme end. It could be mesh here, it could be just a card, basically alpha card on the distance if you want to showcase. Otherwise, I'm saying like you don't need to showcase here. Just the texture is fine on the distance, but in the close up is there. You have basically grass, and you can make another grass which show up from here to here, which is like much more lighter and much more simpler, and or it's not even needed because the fluffiness you need, it's like you need it here only but not everywhere. So you can have less dense, and plus you can make a larger cluster. Like for now, if you are making like singular 10 centimeter cluster, there are gonna be like millions of that. So that's why we make a cluster of like 50 centimeter 1 meter big, and then it drop down the number of instances very much. So it's really helpful to do that. On slow progress, unfortunately still working on the main creative for now. Then yeah, this is good. Like I think we covered some of the feedback for this previously also. Like we need some quick damage and similar material, which is good. Like I'm loving the material work you are putting in here, which is good. Is coming along. um yep, we can put more damage in the mesh and then put tileable textures on top. Is the I think Vadim already finished it, so let's give it a heart, and I will. Where is close post? And sorry, got just got home. Cut the texture, the low polish curves, and baking and share the progress after just a bit. Cool stuff. This is like we can give it like more irony look, ironish basically, more worn and more rougher with tiny pores. It's like too shiny for now. This is good. You have this edge highlight and some damages and some pillars. Same thing we can do for the wood, even though you have tileable textures. Give some bevel and damages, which is missing. Like for example, like this also, like all the bevels seems the same, so we can give variation in that. So it's always help to uh, help to sell I don't see here we can see a little bit variation in the bevel, so we can increase it to larger to smaller in many areas, right? So that's wonderful. And then you have already this gradient coming bottom to top and some moss on top, which is nice, but you can control it using vertex blend in the engine. That will be much more easier to add details. And you should use stylable textures. You can use a small one like with for normal map and for masks, which you can use, and on top of that you can vertex blend and make it look more nice. Do I still have the link? No. So even like this is like more boxy, so we can increase the bevel and we can add some more detail to showcase. And this is I think your the trim you were making. The rope is supposed to be maybe that big, but you can make it smaller, I believe also. And then for the rope also, just make sure like if you map a cylinder on top of it, then one end and another end match, basically make sure that happens, that is stylable. If it's stylable, then it's fine. How you can do that is in substance designer, if you're making, you can make a diagonal design, turn, you take gradient map, and you curve it out, and then you transform it diagonally, right, with certain degrees. Then you transform it smaller, and when you transfer it, and you can only tile it on V or U. So when you will have it tiling in one area, that it will be like basically tiling longer and not everywhere. So that will be perfect, and this we have already. So with this we have covered all of this, and let's see if we have some feedback requests. I think we have covered this one. And Ujjwal also asked, and we have already commented. So we have covered all of the uh, feedbacks. So let me see if someone have anything to ask. Emmy's Art, hello. Are you part of bootcamp, or you just joining and for having fun? Let me know. I will have things to showcase. Where is it? Where is it? Here. Okay. See, hi. Sorry, Milan. I just read your message. Sorry, I shared it. Don't abandon me. uh, I shared it while with the message. Mm. But it's okay. It's good. Is it like very confidential? Was it? We can cut the part if it's confidential. Let me know. And again, I'm sorry for not seeing it earlier. I was just got excited when I saw the image and I just opened it. Sorry. You other than that, what it was other than that, we spoke about Blender conference. We went through all the stuff. What else? Yeah, there is nothing much. So we can open up our scene. I can show you, and then we can simply have a look at it. You're not sure about Milan, like okay, okay. I can cut after the stream. I can cut. Just send me the timestamps in the DM. I will cut it. Okay. Don't worry. We won't let you into the trouble. Mm-hmm. 5.7 preview is here. What? Let's install. You know what 5.7 have? Ah, okay. Oh, I got a topic to talk now because I don't want to work. I'm getting feeling lazy. Add, like I have space. It's okay. T, yes, install. Okay, it will take a time, and meanwhile we can talk about roadmap of Epic, Unreal 5.7 roadmap, and here comes in the roadmap. 5.7 is installing. I'm excited because the last time I spoke with them, and they're like, "You have to install from the Git," which is I like, oh no, I don't want to do that. Okay, screen. Where is here now? Nice. Hey, one of the environment on the sale free guys you can have. Yeah, I can show. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you for reminding Milan. Wait. Where is it? My launcher. I go to Fab. It's like, should I go from here? Fab. I have grabbed it and I already imported it into the scene already. Thank you for reminding. So this limited type free. This one by Martin Hoff is like wonderful. I used to admire him from a long time. So this is free and it's gonna help us a lot. See, at that time I was talking about like detailing the stuff, and now we got it. Thank you very much for reminding. So we're gonna use some of the stuff from here. I'm already downloaded and imported it into our scene. Wonderful, but it don't have birches. So I will look if we have birches or create birches on the meantime. But we have a lot of stuff. I have already imported a bunch of stuff in there. So there is like bunch of free stuff. I don't know what time is it, like how they started to give every week uh free stuff every week or every month, because it was something else few sometimes ago, na? It's okay. It's okay. I keep grabbing all the stuff, and also if you are not the checkout. So if you're on a humble bundle, right? And if you go to software and you have bunch of good stuff, okay, and this is again, I don't like this one, but I like this one, and I usually keep grabbing these humble bundles every month. So this one is like 31 and you get 67, like half a dollar. I'm gonna grab it. So if you need something from it, let me know. So I'm definitely gonna grab it, and they're gonna be, I have grabbed their previous like bunch of packs. It's usually don't repeat, and they're crazy with the amount of stuff they have. I think I already have this. I can give the keys also to you if you need, because they're repeating. I already bought them in through previous humble bundle packages. So keys do not, you know, redeem themselves. So yeah, that is there. So I'm gonna buy this one. It's not much. It's half dollar, right? So like this one I already have, right? I believe I have already this one. These two already have. So basically some of them gonna be repeat, so I can give that. And the Senti also, I think I grabbed their last one also. The one I was love about this nature biome, right? Because we work in the foliage. So what my plan was to, this is now both. Before they were only in Unity, now they are in both. So what plan was basically to basically make it realistic, taking this and turning it into realistic plants. Basically that was the idea. And but yeah, it's not like we don't have enough stuff already on our plate, but my thoughts were like we can use this as a block out and placeholder, and then we collectively make another, like for example this horror carnival is there, no? So we use all the assets in there as placeholder or as a gray box, and then we make them AAA or realistic quality basically, and we distribute that work between us, and we all make different stuff and with our own pace, and then we have, and we can showcase in portfolio, stuff like that. So that was the basically fun part was there. So this is fifth one in there. So yeah, it's also 30 for 17 packs. And yeah, so if you want, this is great. It's not just great for the software. Sometimes there are like tutorials and other stuff is there. For the in the books, I have got some books packages also. Before there are comics and some tutorial books and stuff. Even in the software also you will find the Unity tutorials and Godot Studios tutorials are there. Unity tutorial, Godot, and there was Unreal also at one point. I think there was last week there was Blender tutorials in here. So yeah, so just keep an eye on Humble Bundle. It is wonderful. You get really cheap, like $1 for one whole tutorial is really crazy, and you can support. And don't tell anyone, but what I do usually, like imagine like you go in here, uh it's usually you can it's usually keep it on the higher end, but you can say okay, I want 27 is like for 40 pair is the minimum you have to give. And you can come here and you say custom, and you can give your whole stuff to the the charity basically, right? So if you want to, so if you want something to go to them, you can give that much, but Humble Bundle keep their share always. But you can keep it maximum to the charity, which is awesome. So you decide how much you want to give it to charity, how much basically. Yeah, so that's wonderful. Okay, now let's talk about Unreal. What I'm mainly, interested in, maybe in the stream tomorrow, I will try to do it regularly. Again, I'm promising it again and again, but don't kill me for it. But what I wanted to test was nanite foliage. One. Second was this motion matching, because I was fan of locomotion. So this one is there. I haven't tested it, so we'll test that in there. And metahumans is part of it now. See, right? So you can do it with the camera, with your face. You can do it basically animation. So that I want to test. And then there was uh, we have Python blueprint API with MetaHuman. Perfect. We can test out that, but what we want to test is procedural vegetation editor. Okay. PCG editor mode is wonderful again, is good, but audio is I never worked with audio. And what I wanted to, if there is anything else, import save interactions, improve blueprint editor. Nice. Okay, this is also good. Geometry inspection. This is some AI assistant, but nice. Okay, so but there is fluids now, better one. Here is the animation stuff, but mainly we wanted to I wanted to test this one, how the voxel foliage turn up inside Unreal, because foliage guy, we need to test. We have to stay ahead of the curve. We already have some foliage. Basically, we can turn our scene into that. Basically, right? So we'll see how that turn up. And vegetation editor, why not? Another tool, because we were trying to make this inside Blender geometry nodes. We gave this talk last year also, like with I made it with my one of my friend. So that tool is still need to work on. So this is basically a good position to play with. And I have I'm playing with Plant Factory. Let me open up the Plant Factory and I will show you. So in Plant Factory, if I it's a simple one, okay. So I'm enjoying it. So in here we have a growth node. Is not, where is it? Auto growth. Okay. So we have this. You see, you get this. Okay. And I think you do this only. There's no play animation thing, but I think you can simply go to, increase the age, and it just simply grow. And I can say, okay, max age 50, and then I simply keep growing it up. It's really nice, like how it works. It have like it play with lighting and everything else, and the settings here are really really sensitive. Like you even if I play with the settings, you see it changed the result a lot with the you know changes. So it's all happening in the growth. So like how much shadowing should be, okay? And more is like the more leaf dies, and there is like thing decay reduce but it's like really crazy the how it is. So this is something like growth node, and we have made using geometry node. Now it's here, and there is another one called Natsura, which I also have access, which I was started trying it out in Houdini. Also, I recently reinstalled it. So it's something similar in Houdini. Okay, so it's basically you grow the plan. It's request access. I have early access right now. I want to take advantage of it. I want to learn and grow it. So now see, this is what I was talking about mainly when I said like I want to get over with the scene and want to start working with the folio. So we're gonna cover all these tools: Plant Factory, Speed Tree, Tree It, Grove, Natsura, even this new Unreal's uh, procedural vegetation tool, and see how it works basically, and see if we can make something out of it or not. So this is what I want to dive into and work in. And if someone want to build the things, we I help them. But overall, if ever we need to have environment, like our friend Vishal asked about what is blending, and also trim sheets, we can do that in the sessions, but I will do it on their scene basically. So like if you are working on like need vertex blending, you're not sure how to do it, or even you have a concept art, you're not sure how to start with it, you share your concept art, your project file, or your asset. I will show how to do it on your asset and your doubt basically. So that's how I will keep doing with the going with this environment bootcamp, while having fun with my own experiments and learnings. So because I want to take because I'm a foliage artist, so I want to take that route, and turn my channel also in general about game art, but also more focused on to foliage art basically. So yeah, this is awesome. And let's see what AI is like. So, okay, so like I hope it don't ask for chat gpt API, and there will be, or if they have already incorporated it and we ask it, that will be wonderful. And if it's work like unity, wanna be perfect. I know what I will try to do it, like our code editor, the MS Code, it have free plan for to certain extent. It was wonderful. Like that free plan is wonderful. And yeah, so that's even I was checking how can I link Perplexity on the back end if it don't cost any extra. I will try to link it to the thing, and I'm trying it with the MS Code and also Obsidian. So if you link the AI on the back end, if you need something, like imagine I say, okay, write me a post for this. Like I have this idea, okay, write me a script for this video. Just give me some bullet point for this. Perplexity is really good with the research and everything, so it can help with that. So yeah, so this is wonderful what we have here. Really enjoying it. Uh, Please tell us it's not that buggy like 5.5. I can tell. I don't care. Like even if it's buggy, I don't care, right? So because they provide a lot of opportunities. New tools are coming up. Even this is I think the third tool I'm saying. Like they have normal foliage tool, and then they had procedural foliage, which we have seen. Then they brought PCG, and now they have created this procedural plant creation tool stuff in there. They create a bunch of them, and then they just leave it experimental. They never prove it to make it industry ready. So it's stay buggy basically. But although it worked properly, I've used it in the game, but it still says experimental for the previous procedures thing. And they had this wind system with Quixel, with which I think Quixel made it or Epic made it. I don't know who made it. So they have this system whole biomes system in there, so which is called biomes basically. So there's a new system now with PCG. So yeah, so they keep creating new stuff, which is wonderful. But rather than bugs, I would like to see something finishing up and use get industry ready usable basically, so people are not scared, oh it's experimental, it might break because of tiny bug, it can break our game build. So we don't want that. So we're not sure, we are not building games, and we just make renders, so it's gonna improve in the future. So more features are welcome, but how much we can learn, that's the question. Vishal, what about substance designer? Is it necessary to learn for environment art? What are good thinking? It depends on job to job, studio to studio. If the job requires and says substance designer is a must, then it's a good. Otherwise, it's always nice to have. Basically, it's not must have. It's nice to have. But if you're applying for a material artist position in a triple studio, then it's must have. Substance designer is gonna be the key tool for this, or ZBrush also gonna be there. So yeah, it's nice to have just know how to use it on your use cases, like how basic substance designer and node based or proceduralism work. Basically it's gonna help you everywhere, because every software I have now, Blender have geometry nodes, Houdini, the whole thing is based on that. Even your terrain creation like world machine, Gaia, world creator also node based. You in Unreal you have material editor, you have now PCG, blueprint, all node based. So if you can wrap your head around node based, and if you are good at it, then just learn the basics and just say like you understand how nodes work and how a substance designer works, you can get the stuff done if it's needed. But I'm not super advanced in it, not Daniel Tiger level, but whenever I needed it, I was able to get my stuff done inside substance designer or whichever tool. Even like speed tree, plant factory are node based too, so then you it's better to learn proceduralism basically. So that will be nice. Fab is now in launcher. Yeah, I poked them on the conference. I'm like, guys, it took you a while to put it in the launcher. And also like that is also not completed. Like I was like, oh, why is this feature is not there? Like he showed me how to export to Blender, but it's like again every time it was 7 step process. I said, why can't it remember from first export, and the second time I just export it? Said, dude, it's just first release. Calm your horses. We will improve it. So I literally pissed him off with suggestions right away. I was like you're a big company. Why couldn't you think about this tiny things before? And also like Fab, when Fab launched, they should add this, whatever they're showing now, in there when they launched Fab. That's so crazy in there. I recently found out a great performance change after I unchanged the DNS messaging. I can even explain how frustrating it was due to lagging. I'm not sure about what is DNS. Send me the link. I will see what is DNS. I don't know what it is. Um, First of all, designer is fun to use. So have fun first. Yeah. It's again like it's not everyone's forte to play with node based. Not everybody likes it, and not everybody understands proceduralism. And substance designer is its own basically. There is no other. There is materialize, and there is one other, but there is Pixaflux. I think Pixaflux is there, so that's also node based thing. But substance designer on its own is a really crazy thing. There is nothing else close to it if comes to creating texture like procedurally and tileable textures. Substance designer is awesome. Like with the advanced node, which I started playing with it also for a while. I started playing with FX map and other stuff. It's crazy. It's crazy and it's awesome. And like if you have like I would say like few years of experience, like 4 or 5 years, if you are, then it become must have. Like if you don't know how substance designer work, then recruiter gonna say like, dude, what the hell? The substance designer is there from decades now, and you didn't even try it. What is wrong with you? So you can say like you were like a vehicle artist or prop artist, you never needed it. But as an environment artist, is then it become a must. Basically, you should at least know that it exists and you know all the basics of it. So yeah, so just have fun, install it, and just dive into it and make some stuff. Even if it's shitty, don't worry about it. And a senior environment artist from Notre Dame recently posted a work on art station. It was not that good, but I was happy to see like he's trying out stuff. No, so he created the whole ecosystem, basically dirt, pebbles, grass, some other textures, and then blended it in Unreal or wherever. So he said like I made a set of textures which you needed for the ground, and I blended it in Unreal, and that's I know basically the use case is experiment. So if I'm given time and opportunity, I can basically learn it and improve upon it. Uh, it's a UE plugin for Unreal. It's recent send reports and clause based, I guess. Can't explain it properly, but after developed it, okay. So it's basically it's tracking if something goes wrong on in Unreal. So it's keeping its watch over all the stuff basically happening in there. So in case the crash happened, it tells you, oh, this is why the crash happened, or this is what is wrong with it. That's why your game is not running. That's cool. Yeah, yeah. That's the that's something also, right? So even the in the behind the scene, if something is taking processes, so it can make system slow. That's true. But yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I believe yeah, we are on 1 hour mark, so I think I will end early today. It was good. chat. Let me see if it is installed, and we can just dive in. If you can, let me know. Say in the chat if you guys want to see 5.7 in action. I hope it is. It's hanged right now, not opening. Okay, open. Come on, Epic Launcher. Where's the epicness now? Let me know if you want to see in action. I think it will be downloaded by now, but I'm actually downloading AI tool on the behind the scenes, so I hope it is good enough. The back end. Okay. Now I think I have to restart the Epic launcher. And there are like bunch of I have 4070. I have installed LM Studio. It's a large language model studio, and I also installed Olama. And I have tried like 120 billion model. It's running fine. It take a minute to think, and then it give a good response. And you know what's crazy, but it's all offline. And I asked about what are the plants should I create and what are the famous one. I asked all the chat the same question and see how much detail it go. It give like really crazy like with this table and everything. Maybe I can show you on one point. Mm, yes, here, yeah, I can show you. I'll show you. Just let me fire up. Come on, Epic. And also, like even when Epic launcher is there, it take a lot of resources on the system. Oh, it's still downloading. Okay, no worries. We can wait. How much it is? Still many. Or 3 more GB. Nice. Because a lot of stuff is downloading on my system, so it definitely will be slow. Okay, so I'll show you what Olama is. Olama is simply here. So Olama is like basically it's a free tool. I think it's from Meta. Okay, and you can create a chat and you can go to setting. You can download the models, and I gave it full context basically. Airplane mode is just it don't go anywhere. Don't look for internet or anything. Sign in. You can remember your stuff for other thing. I don't want to create an account, and I have this 120 billion parameter. So basically, you can select any of it, and then there are DeepSeek and Quen is there. And when you click select the model and you type something, it download it and then run it through it. So what I did, I basically ask it or like, give me uh for a list of foliage basically used for architecture visualization. It's basically I was testing it for the conference because a lot more architecture visualization guys come for them. So I made a list. Okay, if I make all these list, so it's basically first give me like type of foliage elements like the grass and the ground cover, vines, bushes, shrubs, palm, palm also in two types, and then bamboo, cacti, aquatic plant, and then it started giving me for each category. Okay, so then here see how to organize the list. I didn't even ask for it; it gave me. So it's crazy. I love this one. And now let's say, okay, give me a question in the chat. Please make a video on optimization. Vishal. Yes, surely. Like, although I am also not very best at it, but I can, you know, look at a scene as at least say like what we can optimize. And not a lot of people make LODs, and with Ninette you don't need it, but we can still optimize a lot of stuff. So I can look at it in there. So please write me a question what I should, and then maybe I should write like how to. Let's see if it know about how to optimize a scene in Unreal Engine 5 using Nanite and Lumen. Okay, and we'll see how when it is like now it's exactly as 6. I think okay. So I I closed it because I remember it gonna crash my crash my system because it's running on a graphic card. I can't show you guys. It's already hanged the system, so I don't want everything to crash. It use everything on full potential. It's a 120 billion model, but I will show you afterwards. I will post it in the discussion, like what the result came from it. Okay, so I will share you that. And yeah, so that is there. And came and chat, what is there we're gonna be having after a long time? 5.7, why not? But first I will watch you suffer, then I'm gonna try. Sure. For yeah, it happened with the water thing also, right? The live stream is like making me look bad. Like, why it's not working? It was working like in the tutorial. Then we came to 5.6 and it was working perfectly. So the suffering is like, I said it in uh, in the conference also. Um, there is a word for it, but I don't remember. Um, there are sadists who see joy in other people's pain, so I'm like a self sadist. So I give myself pain and to find joy out of it. So like that's how I learned Blender. That's how I learned Plant Factory, and that's how I'm trying to learn geometry nodes, programming, and PCG with pain. Um, Milan, CryEngine better than UE? It used to be, but it's not. Not a lot of companies using it. Epic went a long way, but what I used to love about CryEngine was foliage, like how it is rendered, like really beautiful. So I actually got started getting into it, and I applied to Crytek a lot more times, but they never replied. So then I slowly turned into Unreal Engine because all the clients and all the companies I worked for using Unreal Engine. So why getting in there if it's not there? That's why I'm into Plant Factory also now, right? Because the last other two clients asked for Plant Factory to do the stuff. So I was like, okay. And even one studio they said like they can't use Speed Tree. Right, two of the project they said they didn't say they want to use Plant Factory, but they said they can't use Speed Tree. So what alternative we have? So that's why I said like I want to learn all the alternatives now, which I should have long time back, which someone told me on LinkedIn as well. Like I with the experience you have, I'm really surprised that you don't already know all the stuff. So it's a hurtful because I'm an environment journalist. I'm not. I kept it that way. Like I kept learning all the other stuff. So I became an environment journalist, but now I'm trying to niche down to vegetation because that gave me most of the fruit I have in my career. So I want to hold on to that and I want to, work more on that. So learn and build. So that's why I'm still keeping the foliage distribution and world creation in there, but not environment in general. So yeah, we'll work on that also. But CryEngine, I dropped a long time back. There was a tutorial by uh, Pinto something, his name, I forgot the name, his full name. He made a course for Eat 3D. If you are old enough to remember, um, kids will not remember that Eat 3D used to be OG of tutorials, and they had a CryEngine tutorial on. Then maybe I should look. Wait, Eat 3D. CryEngine. I actually learned CryEngine when I was doing CryEngine tutorials. It is no longer online. You can find it on Silk Road. I think yeah, this is the one. Let me see if it is the one. CryEngine videos. Yeah, this is the one. So guys, so I will play the sound. If it give copyright, we're gonna mute it. But I want to hear this. And it's Haldar Pinto. So I will show you also. Full screen with a cam here. So this is like CryEngine is volume 2 now, but there is volume 1 also. So let me open up the volume 1. Okay, so this is by Halder Pinto, wonderful guy, and this is what is 13 year ago. That's I was learning. It's like after I graduated or something like that. It's these are the tutorials I was watching to learn CryEngine. Okay, so listen to this.
Hey everyone, this is Elder Pinto.
So yeah, did you like the beat? I don't know. They're gonna be copyright strike on this stream, but I don't worry. But this is basically a really awesome tutorial. I learned from it a lot. So you can see like why I became an environment artist after it's crazy. So it's like all landscape and then everything in there. I tried to create it. I sucked at it when the first time I made it, but it have everything. At this point I have even thought of taking this and as a tribute, making the exact same thing in Unreal Engine 5 and record all the videos basically in Unreal Engine 5 and sharing it for free for everyone to learn from it. Okay. So, and it's also like a tribute to Halder Pinto for making this wonderful tutorial, which inspired me to get into environment art, and I learned a lot from him. So this is another guy I want to get noticed from, but I hope he don't get pissed off and create another controversy. Oh, you stole my stuff. No, I don't want to steal the stuff. But this is basically a whole kind of a town, basically a small mining town. So up on the hill there is mines also. So basically we can go ahead and make terrain, make water, distribute foliage. And I don't know if this tutorial is still up somewhere. I will look for it in the on the Silk Road. If I find it, I will share. I will look into it. So basically, all the if they have made all the trees and plants, that's wonderful. It's a long project, but and also like old detail stuff, and we can start one by one thing. Like even like in here, uh, there is something here. There are barrels. There is also gas station. Yeah, here this one, right? So the gas station is there. We can just make that prop and show the process of how to make a prop, and then like we take small step at a time, and then we club everything at the end, so that we can do. Maybe we can just block it out in the start with the blocked out stuff, and then we detail one by one. But it's a long later project. I don't want to start this one with another one. Well, while we have one already on to us. Okay, so this was crazy. Basically, Eat 3D. If you don't know, this was Eat 3D. It 3D was crazy in our time. So this gave me a really nice inspiration. So it was when I learned CryEngine like 10, 12 years ago. And that's when I left it also. Nobody ever asked. Other than CryEngine, Crytek, nobody asked for CryEngine, honestly. And Hunt Showdown has amazing lighting and through great CryEngine might be people using it. You in the top of the top. I'm not sure if they are making the next Crisis. I heard they were making the next Crisis, and I wanted to be part of it. And it is crazy. Like there was I think the art director or lead from Crytek started sharing post how they made Crisis, and that is awesome actually. And it's really crazy the amount of work they put, because you will see. I will find the link also. I will share that as well. So it's all about foliage, like how they you know solved the subsurface in the non-subsurface era basically. So they fake the subsurface definitely. So they fake the reflection and everything as well, and they use normal map on the foliage, which was not common in that time, I believe. So as much is shared in the post, so it's like a bunch of posts they have shared about how they created foliage for crisis, and how crisis became from some other game project. Basically, it's a fun read. Those all those blogs and posts, I will share the link once I found it. So that's why, like, the lighting and vegetation was top notch in crisis, this cry engine. But nobody else, I think, used other than Crytek that engine. So that's make me a little bit you know fascinated, like should I get into it or not, basically. Okay, so what's happening? Okay, nothing is here. So I think my Unreal is running now because it's installed. So let's fire it up. So we quickly run around. I would just want to see these two tools, the voxel foliage, and the other one is the our we have to create a project also, no? Let's see. That I shared, he is faking it in texture. Link shared the link in where you shared. I can't see in the chat. Ah, okay, okay, this one. Okay, you send me. Yeah, yeah, this is like faking normal map basically. If you can show some garbage inside and some straws and stuff, that is surely possible. I remember that we are doing it. Oh, why? Look at that! My OK Google going nuts. I didn't even say OK Google. Why, who called you? Please specify what you would like. I didn't call you, man. Go to hell. Okay. Yeah, yeah, Sean Milan. Yeah, that's wonderful. We can actually do it in one of the stream. Let me fire up the Unreal. Will I open? Okay, let's see. Excited, excited. Yes, surely run it. I didn't even. It's like one of my friend told me uh, to use voice commands. I never use it. I was like, "Oh, it's the best feature, and why I'm not using it?" So I turned it on, and now it's just bugging. I don't know. When did I said, "Okay, Google, you can come up on the screen"? It started, recording everything what I was saying, and then started making search. Who who called you? Can you show us the process in one of the streamer? Yeah, yeah, we can put it in the topic suggestions. Just put it there in the topic suggestion chat. This is also one good one. We haven't gone through it, like faking the look. I've worked on. I can show you also. Like I've made a set like that on Walking Dead. Basically, it's a straw. Yeah, this one. Unreal project. I want to create a new project. Hmm. There is some templates. Let's go with third person blueprint max. Hmm. They have a combat also. What? Nice. I will make combat. Desktop e projects. Demo 5.7. alpha. Okay, let it fire up. Okay, I'll show you. This is one I created for Walking Dead. So it was something like this, like the straws inside the jar, like this. Okay. So it was like totally fake, basically. So I baked the depth and over the maps in there inside this. So it look from outside, it looks okay. They have straws, but it's one texture on outside shell. So it's basically depth plus AO plus diffuse, basically to make it look like it has something, but outer layer does not have any normal map. It's just shiny thing. Okay, so we have our Unreal here. Uh, yeah, they listen to it. It's okay, like the amount of services they give, and all the Gmail have all the emails. Also, I have OneNote. My note taking also app also all everything written it knows already. So who cares anymore? So it's let's see what's it. Oh, it's fluid. No, it's better than the previous one. Where is the combat? Okay, okay. Let's see in the plugins. Where is foliage? Dynamic wind. Extreme wind support day night foliage. Experimental. Yes. Okay. And we need water if they have anything in there. Mm. Yes. And where is our here? So what is called? It's experimental, but what is called? Blueprint API, Nanite assembly the build. Yeah, it's like it's USC also is something else. I want to try it out. I just found out that you can export from Plant Factory the USD, and then you can use the instances as export as instance basically, and also found out like you can export from FBase also as a instance, so then you can manipulate it with geometry nodes and other stuff. What this called? I searched foliage and it did not give me that option. And what is here? Vegetation editor. Nice. Ta-da. And let's see. Procedural. Yeah, this locomotor. Procedural vegetation editor is here. Do we have to go somewhere else? Edit. Editor preferences. We did it open here. So if we all setting and we search foliage, as procedural foliage, which we always need to turn it on. And do we have any other? Where is the voxel one? Does it automatically work? Where do the plugins go? How to turn that on? Nanite foliage and skinning experimental. Where is that? Nanite foliage industry leading. That's okay. Nanite. Okay. Nanite. We search Nanite. Nanite. Yeah. See assemblies. Display mesh. Yes. Niagara Nanite. Let's take this also. Nanite assembly, skinning, and nanite voxel. This assembly is there. What is there? Skinning and voxel. It's not there, and voxel is also not there. And we'll check one last time in the nanite if we have something nanite. Nothing. Okay. Cool. Let's restart this. Hmm. Perfecto. I don't even know how to run it, but I will see how to. Can I PVE? Is what is it? Like, is it new asset type? PVE procedural volume vegetation editor. So we let's close this one. Window content browser. Here we have some stuff. Content foliage. PVE. Procedural vegetation is spawner. Where is it? What are you talking about? Engine content. Let's see if we have in here. Search. Procedural. This global actor is there. Where is it getting it from? Was it in there already? Procedural foliage actor. I don't know. There is something. Foliage actor is there. Texture. I don't know. Honestly, no, no. Hmm. I don't know. We can check it out, but there is definitely some foliage related stuff is there. Yeah, now this also found like render to texture is like if we could have in the modeling tools, if we could bake textures also. So let's test in here. Water is water tool PCG. I don't know. It's not there. The foliage. Procedural foliage spawner is not procedural vegetation. Okay, yeah. So this is here, and we can say okay, kick no span and create, and we say PVE waking span 1A. Double click and we get this. Hmm. Stuff. It's decent. If I'm able to make it using geometry node this much, I will be much happier because that I can present next year. Because we already have some simulation tool. Okay. What, there is bone also? What are you talking about? There is settings, carve. So there are four here. Yeah. What? Why there will be four of them separate? Nice. So even if it's ah, nice, nice, nice. Okay, awesome. It's working. So I believe we got already what we're gonna do in the next stream. Okay, so it's working. I will check how the other thing is working or not. But this is cool. It's currently in there, and I can show you how. I think I've shown already. Maybe we like after we have done the. Maybe we'll make the quicking S pen inside Plant Factory. So we just make those variation from small to large as per our concept art. Like this here. See this image. This is actually a lush. I want to make it, and but this is a layout I love. So maybe I will make the changes to make this basically surrounding. It's much fun to see. And where do you go? Yeah, so this is I want the lush. Even here on this side you can see. So but yeah, so we'll see. We'll see. I'm making put more work on myself, maybe too much work. I want to, want some closure and to understand how I can achieve more detailed and more reducing the amount of work I need to do. And this one only have one tree family, which is good. I'm happy about that. We just need to do the texturing, and it will be so much fun also. Like because birches have some unique thing. It's like opposite right now. It's darker on the top and brighter on the base, but it's usually the darker on the base and the brighter on the top because the trunk texture is just split and crack open to show more detail. It's opposite, but will do. It's okay. It's AI. Hmm. Yeah. So yeah, we can make it. We had already flowers and grass and everything. And look, there is a ivy also on top of it, and some fern. This one, I don't know if there are ferns in there, but this one I like more as a grassland or a tundra or meadow, whatever you like to call. And yeah, so this greenery in this type of layout, perfect. And we'll see if we can do the experiment of winter. Because again, like I want to take more on thing, but it's a learning process. So I learn also a lot from it. Originally, see like how would I have generated some AI stuff and need to know how can I generate it. Like this is also like would have never sketched this ugliness and generated based on that. So yeah, so there is a lot of stuff one step at a time. First, I want to sort the landscape and other thing because that's a big part of the image. Or I should have like I have seen one by the Beyond Extent guy. What is the name? What is his name? I forgot. Um, Timothy Dries. Timothy Dries. Yeah, he have this wonderful work. I remember he had a church. No, I remember. Is it him or is someone else? If I'm mistaken, there was this church I've seen was really beautiful, and while going through the stuff, I saw it, and I was like, why? If I would have just focused on just the church and around surrounding, that would have been insane. Like, I didn't have to worry too much about other stuff, but it was like just the church. It was not even one. I think it was a diorama only of church, and I loved it basically. If I find it, I will share again. Otherwise, I'm just gonna look quickly. If you find it, it's super awesome. The amount of details it have was really, you know, blew my mind. It's not this. So if I will have a look, if I find it, I will share that. Um, share that with you and showcase maybe. So what I thought from that is like I will make the close of the church and the church itself also detailed. So not leaving that as in right. So the close up of this is progress nice. It became noisy after a while. It's okay. I'm not sure. Like if I remember, if it is there, I can check in my likes also if it is there. This is recently I found about this vegetation because I'm scanning also. I have made a photometric stereo setup, which is nice. I don't think I have it here. Ah, here, found it. Oh, it's Sergi. Yeah, this one. Yeah, so this is basically really beautiful detailed church. And if you come bottom, they give all the detailed angle of the church itself. I see like this one. So normal, more damaged and overgrown. Something like this. So it's like if we focus just on the church like this, like as a diorama, would be much awesome. Like made in modular also. Crazy person. That's awesome. Love his work as well. Yeah. So this is the one. Yeah. So like just church with a lot of details basically, and you can see how the other stuff came up. Like there is this trim and there's wooden and everything is visible here. There is a wooden log and there is trim going on basically. We come up here now, let's say here, and there is this trim, wooden log, some detail. But yeah, this is cool. And we are doing everything from foliage to landscape to everything. It takes time, and here it's like pretty nicely well hidden, although you can see a little bit at distance there's nothing. See in the video. Oh, there are these flies also. I know that's why I'm hesitant to use Quixel because it's become too detailed. Like it's too much, start to become noisy. And yeah, wait. I remember something. Just give me a second. I was talking about blending the mesh, right? So I found something which will you will really like it if I now find it again. So it's called on Fab Mesh Blend, I think. Yeah. So I hope I'm sharing the screen right. Yep. Good. Otherwise, I'm going crazy. So this is Mesh Blend. It's crazy. Okay. I've shown you the God of War example. Like it was they were placing mesh to blend things, but this is crazy. See, everything can blend. Even the rocks are blending with each other. Even the ground and everything blends. Is literally not is not noticeable. You see, and they assign, voila, blended. How naturally it blend with it. I think it can take the height map and other stuff also to blend it more better. But you see, it's even hardly even noticeable. So that's basically. I'll see if we can do something like that. That's crazy. It's bending the normal and doing shader work. I don't know if it's moving the geometry. If it's moving the geometry because I can see it here. It's crazy here. If it's moving the geometry also with some PCG stuff or stuff like that, that will be more crazy. But usually it's just normal and texture overlay. But you're gonna reduce that ugly lines, sharp lines which you get with when you're blending. See this these lines and gone. So yeah, it's a normal. See, selected everything and done, blended. Otherwise, sometimes we have to do it manually and with other stuff. But this time it is crazy good add-on. So good stuff. And how much is it? It's a lot. It's expensive, but it serves the purpose for large one. I wish it would be cheaper. But it's good. Yeah. So to blending things, it it really helps. See all the stuff everywhere. It blend really well. Otherwise, it looks sharp. basically. See, gone. Otherwise, you see all these sharp lines and everywhere, and you turn it on. Voila, blended seamlessly. So yeah, so this was something cool I found. I thought I should share, and it was a good run, guys. I hope you guys had fun. I learned, and I will see if my stuff is getting streamed to Twitch and Kick. And next time, I will try to set up vertical one also. So possibly streaming a vertical one to other platforms. It's like it's the same thing. It's just streamed on other platforms basically right away. So yeah. So again, thank you very much for being here. I really appreciate joining in. You guys are asking wonderful questions, and I will, uh, you know, try to work on the scenes and showcase more. And we'll do our workflow session where we're going to discuss these workflows like this fake depth material in the props, and also yes, trim shears like Vishal asked. We have done it already, and blending also. But if it needs to be, and is if it's required in your scene, we'll do it definitely. So yeah, so just keep up your the work and keep posting in the channel whatever you find good, share in the tutorial section or discussion. And yeah, keep asking question if you're stuck. And I'm always here to support and help you get unstuck. So yeah, so keep supporting, keep watching the other videos I'm posting. We still be posting videos regularly. Watch them fully while we listen to it. I'm posting art talks also if anyone interested in joining art talk and sharing the pain points of the industry and needed some guidance in one-on-one sessions. Do join in, and I can make it anonymous afterwards, so nobody knows if you have bitched about your ex-boss. So join in and bitch about your ex-boss with me, and let's make some controversy and get viral. So I get viral, you get viral, basically. But no worries. So it's just supportive talk. If you're interested, just reach out to me, and I will happy to have a session with you, and we'll arrange something up. So until then, keep up the good work, and I will see you in the next one, guys. Bye.